What's up, everybody? Welcome back at the Artist Coaching Podcast with the regular team. As always, they're back again. Ralph, welcome. Jay, welcome.
Thank you, Maestro.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
brother.
Thank you. Today,
Thanks, bro.
today we're gonna have like a slightly more prepared thing. As in, I'm trying something out with Renzo, who is the community manager from now on, and the content guy, as you know.
Look at Ralph and my face. We both went like this, like
Like no.
prepared.
Prepared? Yeah,
Prepared what?
I know. I
Just a
didn't get
slight
the memo, but
preparation. Just a slight preparation, as in, I think it's smart to have like 1, 2, maybe 3 things a week that we prepare, as in topics. That's it, just topics.
topics.
And this week, last week, I was looking on socials, and the thing that kind of dominated my timeline, and I'm not sure if it's probably my algorithm, but today we're
Probably
going to talk about.
barbecuing.
No, we're going to talk about the major labels negotiating deals with AI companies like Suno and Udio, and Timbaland's big announcement, as in the launch of his AI entertainment company and the signing of his AI artist named Tata.
My timeline actually has a lot of padel and dance music, and your is actually like AI.
Yeah, it's still music, but like different corner, I would guess.
Okay, but yeah, okay, well, let's get into it. Contracts
Before
and AI, man, sounds like a party to me.
before we start continuing catching up, I want to say hi to everyone checking into the chat right now, the live chat. Gerard Francis, Josh Letiche is here, Ben Singh, Bit3. Hey, Jay Hartway's there. What's up, Jay? Multitasking.
Hey,
Yeah,
can we
always.
ask the persons that are there if they like the topic AI and contracts?
No, it's not. We're gonna not necessarily gonna talk about the contracts, but more about the impact of it, as in how we think about those deals. I'm not sure if you've seen it, but we'll go
No,
over it.
I'll listen to it and then deem it interesting or uninteresting. But
You
it
can
sounds
just
really interesting.
you can
I'm
just keep
hanging on your
nodding.
lips.
You just keep nodding. That's all you have to do.
Mhm.
Anyway, how have you guys been?
I have had a cold that I won't shake off in the past week, and it's
Aw.
like it's destroying me. I don't know why. Maybe it's COVID.
Just a cold, or also like how do you call it? Like a fever.
It's some kind of flu. I didn't have a fever, but yeah, I just not fit.
Okay.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Other than that, great.
Hey, you had a
Hey,
holiday for 2 weeks, and you've just been sick.
I had a holiday for 2
Yeah,
weeks.
no podcast last week, so you had a
Oh,
holiday.
yeah,
true. Yeah, I
you
didn't
didn't
do
have
anything.
anything to do.
Nothing
Didn't
to
have
do.
anything going on. True.
Nothing.
And now I'm still sick.
No
Always an
updates.
holiday. Always an holiday.
I did see you on the Golf Masters. Play the pro,
Oh yeah.
Beat the pro.
beat the pro. And who's the pro then?
So you have the KLM Open tournament, and
Yeah.
then the pros they just play their tournament. But every flight on that hole, so there's three pros hitting their ball, which is just tournament play, and then one amateur gets to do it. So one of them was me.
And did you get any close to what you expected?
No. I way left. I hit some other grandstand, but at least it went up in the air and went far. But
It looked pretty good to me, but yeah, it's I
yeah,
also
the
don't play
swing was
golf,
good.
so
The
Didn't
swing
you
was
miss
good.
it? I thought you missed the first one.
No. I struck the ball like very well, but just like way left, so the direction wasn't good, and then the wind was also to the left, so it went like.
Blame the wind.
But it
yeah.
was really cool, and I really something out of my comfort zone because I'm not good at golf. So then you get to stand next to three actual professional golfers. One of them won the tournament, and they're in tournament play, so you don't want to like disturb them or like take too long. And then I put myself on the spot, but yeah, it was awesome.
So you did do something.
Yeah, I did many things, man.
Yeah. And what about you, Ralph? You went to Ibiza, right?
Yeah, that was last week. And the week before was New York.
Yeah.
Also been in the studio pretty much. Actually, I've done quite a lot. I'm happy with my work week. Yeah.
And how was the experience in New York and Ibiza?
I really like New York. Nebula is a great club where we played, and we played New Jersey also, which was interesting. I mean, it's only an hour drive from New York, and there you have palm trees, so that was for me a new one.
Is that the place where all the holiday and the weekend houses are?
Yeah, it was Memorial Day weekend, so then everybody heads over to the beach. Although the weather wasn't so good, it was kind of yeah, less. But no, and Ibiza is just this wondrous place where everything is really expensive and but cool at the same time. Always has me like on these it's the split personality of Ibiza. On the one side, it's the most commercialized place ever, maybe apart from Vegas and Dubai. But
Mm-hmm.
it kind of becomes that kind of vibe, and um, and that's not cool. I mean, it loses its authenticity. But on the other part, like the shows are so immense and overwhelming, and I gotta say, it's pretty cool to see. Especially Ushuaia stays, yeah, something unique. When you're standing there, you hear the music, then you see the planes flying over. Um, yeah, it's insane production. Of course, I was at Tomorrowland, Dimitri Vegas, and like Mike party where Marlon played, and production is off the charts. It's yeah, like I said, overwhelming. So yeah, it's really cool. On the other hand, yeah, you also heard there's a new club opened, Universe. It's really big, and yeah, it kind of gets me twisted. My raver heart just cries at seeing it. But on the other hand, I like the spectacle also.
Hmm.
But yeah, and
Why
it's as I
why
said
why does
already,
your
it's really expensive. A beer costs 16 or 18 euros.
wow
And is that
why
like
does
a
your
regular
rave
beer?
heart cry?
It's a regular beer. It's there's nothing in it.
No, but
Only
like a
beer.
bottle, I mean.
It's like a no, it's like a cup, like a bottle in a cup. So it's a bottle, but without the bottle. The inside of a bottle is in the cup.
Yeah, so it's 33 centiliters.
Yes.
Last week I went to Best Kept Secret, a festival here.
Hmm.
And we paid €9.80 for half a liter.
That's also like sick.
3 beers, almost $30. I was
Ah,
like,
you can keep it a
wow,
secret. I saw some images from that festival. Was also kind of a
not my cup of tea, to be honest.
no. It was
No.
also not my cup of tea. Actually,
Oh.
I mean, the commercialism is taking it pretty far. I saw some influencers also play that festival, and then I'm like, okay, is it then the fame or the music or
At Best Kept, you mean?
yeah?
Oh, I haven't seen them. There was this small little stage which I really liked, like a more house-minded stage in the boots. But
Hmm.
aside from that, I don't know, it just wasn't my vibe. Yeah, it was
But
fun. I had a good
on the
day.
other hand, Ibiza stays really special if you see how many big artists are on a small piece of land. It's insane, and
Yeah, true.
everything happens there. But yeah, then again, on the other end, seeing the big commercial side of the clubs and then all your heroes play there. I mean, Carl Cox plays Universe, which is kind of contradictionary. I mean, for me, he's kind of the guy who is there for the raver crowd, and not per se for the VIP crowd. And there's a lot of VIP in the clubs,
Hmm.
like a lot of tables.
Isn't that club also owned by Will Smith? That's that club, right?
Yeah, it got promoted by Will Smith. I'm not sure who the owners are, but I gotta say, it looks like also there it's overwhelming. It looks really cool. The production values are off the charts.
Yeah.
It's a must see, I think. But then again, also, yeah, the Raver Heart just it kind of feels it's not what dance music is all about per
Yeah,
se, but I
yeah.
do like it, so I would go if I had the time.
And
Yeah,
if you say if yeah,
from what I've seen from the coolest thing what they did, and I think that's an amazing thing is there's a LED screen behind the DJ booth, but that goes up or away or something, and then you see the windows. So there's sunlight
Mm.
coming
Wow.
in the morning, which I think is
Yeah,
brilliant.
that's
And I
really
think
cool.
it looks so cool, like an old warehouse. So I think that's maybe even a little like a wink to the rave
Hmm.
culture. But yeah, I don't know. You have been there, Ralph, as well. You
No,
just
no, no.
no,
Just so
no.
I'm just now, if I get the chance, I would go. But
Yeah.
then again,
I actually had a client who has been there last week, and he told me it took him roughly an hour to just walk around and experience what's to do there. You know, it's so big. He just said like it took me an hour to kind of see everything. It's insane.
yeah, yeah, and also if you stand in the back or have a table at the back, you cannot see the DJ properly, which is also weird.
Unless
So
he comes out of the ceiling like
yeah,
Fisher.
yeah, I
Like
saw
Fisher.
Fisher
Yeah.
also.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but that's the thing. I mean, it's not per se rave, but it's the production value is really off the charts, and that's kind of worthwhile. It's more like there are phones inside, I can tell you.
Yeah, you
Actually, it
mentioned
would
that,
be cool if they would do a no phone policy there,
but you mentioned
but
it. But I was wondering, do they have a no phone policy or not?
they have
No.
probably a phone policy because I only see
Hmm.
phones, and I get it because it looks so amazing. Yeah, and if you make it look so amazing, I would want to film it as well.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, perfect.
But that's Ibiza in a nutshell.
Yeah,
Took me like 10 minutes.
I was wondering, like you mentioned the rave heart. Um, as in, what is that then? As in, what is it that you might miss in a venue like that that you kind of deeply would
Now,
irk?
well, like the first acquaintance to dance music was maybe something like Prodigy, and they had the video of No Good, which was in an industrial setting, and people just sitting on couches and dancing everywhere, no zero F's given, and that's actually what you want. It's not the prestige and not the beauty of it being beautiful. It's just going up in the moment and let everything go, and this is actually the contrary. I mean, you see it's everything is expensive, so, and everybody wants to look expensive. And yeah, for me, like raving is letting yourself go in the moment and be in the moment, and the perfect form of the escapism.
Hmm.
And that's definitely not escapism, that's see and being seen.
Yeah. Hmm.
It's
Uh,
different. It's yeah.
Yeah. No, I was just wondering because last week I had a conversation with one of the clients, and it was about like um, when I and you probably as well, not always, but when most DJs go clubbing themselves, they appreciate a night where they are being surprised, right? So when you hear a certain set that you didn't expect it, or certain tracks that you didn't knew, or we value surprises, I think, and that's because we're specialists in this field. We know our skill.
Are you talking about yourself or
Most people
who are
listening
these
right now,
people? Oh,
most people listening right now, I can
okay.
assume they're specialists.
Okay.
But most consumers who tend to go to Ibiza right now, let's just say that's the audience, they less like surprises, as in they just want to hear the hits and the familiar
You know,
songs and the
they're
thing
not
they've
per
seen on.
se really invested in dance music,
Exactly, yeah.
and
They're
that's
just
not a
there for the
crime at
show.
all. Yeah, they go there and experience a lot of things maybe for the first or the fifth or sixth time, and they're not living and breathing and that's like 99% of all people, so
Yeah, exactly.
perfectly fine. Yeah,
No, but it's good
and
to realize that as an artist, you have a different point of view when you listen to music or go
yeah,
out.
but as an artist, you're also living your own bubble.
Yeah, true.
And what I do like is like really listen and really experience something that's different from what you do, because all we see are mostly bits and pieces we see on social media, and trying to judge how we think uh, a set will be, or the artist will be, only of those few seconds we hear. Whereas you can really experience or listen to an artist if you like truly listen and take the time for it. And that's actually a nice thing that you see other artists perform, and yeah, and have yourself be surprised about what they actually do.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
It's
tonight
hard
I'm
to know everything about a dance scene. To be honest,
yeah.
most of the dance scene I don't understand.
Especially now with all these genres.
Yeah, a lot of stuff does sound generic at some point, but then eh, that's also because you just don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, tonight I'm going to see Rufus Du Sol in Amsterdam.
Cool.
So I'm also very excited about that, about their show, about how what they do, and like
Yeah,
totally gonna let myself get
I love Rufus Du
yeah,
Sol, but
no
what I saw of it
expectations.
yesterday, I didn't like so much what I saw. Um,
What people posted or
yeah, yeah, it was
uh,
just a little bit tame. Of course, their
mm,
music is tame, but
yeah,
That's the whole
uh,
thing, right?
yeah, it was too concert-y for me. And
Mm.
yeah,
whereas I would have expected to be more interactive, more people dancing, and I didn't see that. But also, again, judging from a few seconds
That was the
online,
yeah.
exact vibe that I had. I think Rufus could also play at Best Kept Secret. That would be a good place for him. Or it's him, right?
it's a band.
It's a band.
It's
Yeah,
a
it's
band, yeah.
like three people.
I think three. I'm
Yeah,
actually
Ah,
not sure. I'm not a big Roof to Soul guy. Of course, you know Inner Bloom, and it's in our sets right now, mixed with Wake the Fuck Up.
that's why he knows.
And but that piece of music in Inner Bloom, it comes around the fifth minute or so, and it's amazing. It's one of the best pieces of music ever made in electronic music. But
yeah.
for the rest, I don't
I
know them,
love
to be honest.
I love their music, and it's very unique. And like even the guy's voice is like in a way I think like it sounds weird, but it sounds so unique, and all their songs are unique. So I'm very excited to just hear that live. But I'm also not expecting like a rave. So I think that's
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going in quite blank. But yeah, not expecting a rave or anything. But
Hmm.
yeah, a fun night
Should be
out.
fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Making everybody sick.
Yeah, no.
Coughing in their faces.
Exactly.
I had a cold. You can still hear it a bit, but I'm
Okay.
And
recovering.
also got to say, I'm judging everything with a from a dance, more ravey kind of perspective. That's what I like. That's what I search on. That's my algorithm. And yeah, so when then I see Roofs to Soul who do make electronic dance music, maybe, but it's also I get the concert vibe. It's
Yeah,
more like a band maybe than it's.
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Electronic band, right?
Well,
Uh,
if I tell people like my parents and my girlfriend's parents where we're going, it's to a concert.
yeah.
We're saying we're going to a concert, which is also
Hmm.
otherwise you would say to like a festival or a DJ, but we say we're going to a concert, which accurately I think describes what they do.
True.
But yeah, curious. I'm very curious and I'm excited.
Yeah, have fun.
Thanks. Bye.
Um, let's let's continue. I'll skip the agreement part of things, but something I do want to talk about with you because I just noticed it made a lot of waves within the music industry. Is the fact that Timbaland is starting a new label, kind of an entertainment company, and he launched a new AI artist called Tata. So like a virtual artist, and he made the music for her. Um, and a lot of backlash came on that, as in a lot of people said like, dude, you are the creative guy, you're killing creativity, like all those type of things. What is your opinion on that? What do you think?
I don't know about this project. I do think pop culture in general, like popular culture, has a bit of a problem. It already came with, and I think this came with social media already, where people made before social media made what they thought was cool, and then had like people that then posted it and then wanting to be like that, and then social media made that worse or worse made it more like that. So people copy. And I think what AI is doing is also like it's not really providing anything new. It's copying from existing data and like existing combinations of everything. Um, so that's my like would be my argument against it, that it's like it's um it's not good for pop culture because it's like gonna it's gonna be copies of copies of copies, and it's not adding new stuff, like a new actual artist that tries new things.
Hmm.
But yeah, I don't know enough about the project, but I think if he controls it, if Timbaland controls it, he's the creative mind behind it. Why not use AI to make your own creative mind stronger or have more tools, I guess.
Yeah, the music is being created by blending Timbaland's demos with AI generated content through Suno. So he uploads demos from himself and then blends it with AI. And I think where the problem comes in still is that we still don't know what Suno and stuff is being trained on. And that
Yeah, they're
leaves a lot
making
of.
deals, but that's what you were talking about
They are
before, right?
making deals right now with Universal and Sony and stuff like
Yeah.
to solve that problem, but we still don't know. And the problem became bigger when somebody catch Timbaland uploading a video where he let me see, he uploaded another producer's beat into Suno without consent. So you can see him playing a beat which was from another producer, and he uploaded it into Suno. Like that's a problem. So yeah, there's a very
Yeah.
vague line, right? It's
No,
yeah.
that's not fake. If you
No,
use
that's not
somebody
fake. That's
else's
true.
master to get to something, you have to
Yeah,
get
but who
permission.
who knows about it? That's the
Exactly, that's what
thing.
I mean. Like if he
Yeah.
like the fact that he
It's
uploaded
true.
is a mistake, but
But if
like
somebody recognizes and you have to go to court and show them how did you arrive to this particular result, and you cannot show it without using that master, then you're gonna have a problem.
Yeah,
true.
but that's like a court. Then you have to go to court. That's not for everybody, also, especially if you're a small time producer. But what I think what happened here with, let's say, Suno, the major labels are probably very simply said something like this: "Hey, we know you've been using all our music to train your AI bots. We can go to court. This will take years and a lot of money, and we will out you because it will. You have to show your whole process and how your AI trained, or we work together and we both make money from it."
Yeah.
Something like that. I think
You know
that's
what
what
it's
happened.
it's kind of exactly what you're saying, as in they sued them saying
Yeah,
you used our stuff and we
yeah,
want $150,000 per work infringed. So that's the suing. And then they offered, you know what, we can also work with license fees and a small
yeah,
equity in the company, and
Hmm.
then it's
yeah.
okay.
So we
Hey,
can all make
but
money from it and fuck the small creator.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
but let me ask you this: apart from the genius community questions jingle, how many artists or are you being confronted with AI produced music?
I'm not sure.
I think, yeah. How,
Only with
maybe to
vocals
rephrase,
up on this.
does someone lose money because we made a community questions jingle? That's the question. I don't think so.
No, no, but
Or
in my world, uh, it, we use AI for vocals, but all the producers I know, nobody uses AI to create their beats. Not at all.
In the live chat right now, let us know if you are using AI tools to create your music, because we're
Yeah.
curious.
And then
I think it
except
might be a lot.
vocals, let's get vocals out of because everybody uses AI to get vocals.
yeah,
But let's skip that.
Yeah, Lion Harris says for vocals. Martin Stevenson says AI in vocals. Oh, he just realized there's AI in vocals, I guess. Josh uses it for vocals. Bit3 uses it for vocals. Okay, so no instrumentals, only
Let's
vocals
talk
throughout.
about this when it becomes a little bit bigger because now it's just a little bit of a glass bowl thing. I mean, we're not fortune tellers and we don't know. I
Yeah,
don't think the impact, especially in dance music, is that big at this point. I really don't care what Timbaland is doing with Tata. Or yeah, because I will see if Tata blows up. We will see, and if the music's good, to be honest, I don't care, and everybody can have their opinion. But the last time I looked at this my Spotify playlist, I didn't see Tata. So yeah.
yeah. I actually
yeah.
bought a book last week, and at the first page, you saw that double M dash. You know what I mean? Which ChatGPT uses a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So the first page, like double dash, like yeah, this is ChatGPT. This is it's
Or they
just
did it on purpose.
Nah, I don't know. It kind of breaks because I also started reading the rest of the book. I was like, nah, this feels
Did
off.
it say something about neon skies? Because then it's
No,
something.
it was like a self-help book, like
Yeah.
a more
Mm.
actionable book where you have to write, like have to fill in questions and stuff. And I was like, this is just a template from ChatGPT thrown in there,
Yeah.
printed. I was like, nah, doesn't
And
work.
you bought it, so it worked.
Yeah, the marketing worked. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, smart. And I have to admit, smart plan. Like, well
Yeah.
played.
But yeah, AI learning from music, I think that's the great topic.
Yeah,
Learning from existing music and if creators are going to be happy. I think it's first of all already too late. Like you can't put the genie back in the bottle, kind of situation.
Yeah, it will
But also
happen.
like, hey, that's whether it's a machine learning from you or someone else using your stuff. Like sampling has been part of house music forever. It's kind of like, yeah, I don't know. I don't really
cool.
see the big fear. Although maybe if you're really dependent on your music as a music producer, you might want to start looking for a new job if you're not already established. If you're
Hey,
just
if
a
that's
music
the worst
producer,
that can happen to you, that's okay.
Still
yeah,
alive.
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay, guys, let's continue with
Community questions.
talking about AI. Every week we answer questions in this podcast, which you could send into our Discord community. So if you're not a part of that community yet, make sure to join the artist coaching community on Discord, and you can send us questions every single week. And this week as well, we have a question from Mikey Foden, all the way from Australia.
Australia.
Have you
Aussie.
guys ever had moments where you say to yourself, am I writing the music that really vibes with me? So kind of like a reality check, like am I still making what I want to make?
All the time.
yeah. Welcome to being a producer.
Yeah. Welcome to be in a world of
But
doubt.
yeah, but that voice you have to. It's always gonna be there. You have to learn to ignore it. Like kind of say, fuck that. I'm just continuing. I don't care if I vibe with
To
this.
be
It's
honest, you don't know what's cool. You don't know what's not cool. I
yeah,
mean, yeah. Eventually, actually, you all the time write something that you actually feel. That's you saying like, I like this.
Yeah.
But then you will get to a point that you're gonna doubt yourself because you don't know if it's cool. I mean, you think it's cool, but what will everybody else think? And then you're gonna go into self-doubt and like, oh man, this is just shit.
Yeah.
And then
That's where the
I'm gonna listen to it tomorrow. And then you're gonna be like, man, this is fucking cool, man. I need to
yeah.
send this around. Nobody replies. Man, this
it
is
sucks.
shit.
Yeah.
It's also it's everything. It's not cool until it's cool. So like you make all this shit and no one likes it, and then all of a sudden someone likes it, and then hey, it's cool, and now people think it's cool or the right
A-
timing.
Yeah.
So you never know.
And it
Um,
stays because I'm pretty
yeah,
sure even guys like Garrix or Armin, they have the same still. And you think like, dude, you're Armin. Why would you even no? Because they throw themselves out there and they'll be like, oh
Yeah.
man, I only got 1 million streams in the first week.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's just
That's
shit, you know?
that's
Yeah.
so funny, by the way. If you talk to those guys, and it's like, oh yeah, the new single like didn't do as well. Only it didn't reach 100 million up until the first 2 years, and I'm like, oh
Yeah,
yeah,
but to be
yeah, yeah,
honest, if you get such a spotlight, it's true.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
So
mean,
also,
I
it's
mean,
the
yeah.
same. It's the same. It's the same on every level. I think the bigger you get, there's always someone else to look up to or numbers to look
I
up
mean,
to,
you
and
get first to your first 10,000 monthly listeners, then to
yeah.
your
But
100K,
but
then to
when
your
you're
million.
when you realize that's always the case, there's always like the next level. And there's always you put yourself always on the spot. If you realize that, then you're free because you can't like realize you're the same as Martin Garrix.
yeah,
You
it's true.
releasing a song for 10 followers is the same as Martin Garrix for 10 million followers, and that's like as soon as you wrap your head around that, um, yeah, then you're free. You're free
Yeah, it's
to
true.
go.
But it's mainly because all those
Mm.
things you're talking about are human traits,
You
as
want
in
those 10 to become 11,
yeah.
at least.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing, no? That's
Yeah,
the
that's the
whole
whole
thing.
thing.
Like, I
Yeah,
want these 10 to like it. Hopefully,
Yeah,
they tell their friends, and that 10 million they want
yeah.
it to become 11 million. So it's
yeah.
like there's always levels to this,
Mm.
but
And
it's the
and it's
same,
never
same
enough, right?
emotion.
It's human greed as well. It's never enough. So you always want to grow. And if you have the 10, you want 15. If you have 15, you want 50. Like that's how those things go. It's human traits that we all have. That's why we all deal with them. Just as Martin Garrix, just as Chesto, we all deal with those things.
But only is if you cry about it, they cry about it and wipe their eyes with money on their
Yeah,
private jets. That's
yeah.
that's the only difference.
The only difference is you get to cry in a jet. That's the only
Mm.
difference. True. Boo hoo. Yeah,
Oh, here, new Maserati.
yeah. No, but the real way to kind of deal with that, which I kind of think you figured out along the way as well, is just by kind of ignoring those voices and just release it. You know, if you that initial feeling that you had, that first feeling that you had, like, oh, I like this sound, is most of the times your answer. And yes, you can make it better through some feedback here and there, but
To be
the
honest, the
feeling,
doubt and being critical of yourself and what you do it's actually a really good thing, because if you don't have it, I mean, you can end up as a clown as well. And
Hmm.
it's really
Yeah,
good to continuously see what you're actually doing and being just really conscious about what you're doing, and just and don't go into your in your enthusiasm, and but also don't lose it. It's a fine line.
Yeah.
yeah. And it's dangerous because if you become that clown and you become more famous, then usually the team around you is more like yes, they say yes. So you think, is it a good idea if? And then
Yep.
Yes.
yes, of course, a great idea.
Yeah, man.
And that's could be dangerous, but
Yeah.
that's on a level I'm
So
not
no
at.
level,
So
yeah. And what's also part of that deal then is that once you start releasing your music, what I've become to notice during the years, like through my own career, but also through coaching artists, is that the hardest part of this whole thing is just staying motivated. Staying motivated to keep showing up, because there's nobody clapping for you at the beginning. There's nobody there, and you just have to keep perform, have to deliver, and somewhere along that way, motivation will kind of run out, and it like dark thoughts come in, and you think like, I suck, my music sucks. What am I doing here? Is this the right genre? Is it actually great, or does it suck? As you said, Ralph, the
You probably
motivation part.
suck.
Yeah, the motivation part is so hard because nobody else is clapping for you until they are. Like you said, Jay, as in everything's stupid until it's not. Like
yeah,
That's so true.
until they are, and then suddenly what you've been doing for 10 years suddenly is great, so you have to maintain until then, and that's
yeah.
the hard part.
And then all the guys that didn't reply your emails, they have believed in you for the past
Mm.
5 years.
Those are
Oh,
the
Actually,
I've
faithful
always
had
few.
an
believed in
Aussie
you.
Yeah.
here in the studio. Restricted is his name, and he's doing really well at the moment. And but he's been doing it for 10 years. First under another alias, his own name, and now 10 years later, he's just like doing 120 shows a year, and he's killing it. Just played these EDC Vegas, and yeah, also it's just a grind, and we talked about it. Like, he sent us tracks before, before COVID. Also, we never replied. No, but now it just clicked, and it just kept on growing, kept on
Yeah,
learning, and kept on having fun in the process. And
Yeah.
yes, there's some frustration along the way. Yeah, try to deal with it, and keep being resilient.
And what we've talked about before as well. That's why it's so important to have a group around you of people in the early phase that motivate and support you. As
Yeah,
in,
and you can
there's
learn off.
nobody else. There's literally nobody else than just you. And even you still have to develop the self confidence of
yeah.
knowing that what you're doing is actually good. So that takes years in general as well.
And
So you need those.
then there's us, the
Well, this is
artist
the thing.
coaching podcast.
Exactly.
What is really hard these days, I think, is what do you like? Figuring that out. That's step one, I
Yeah,
think.
but
What
it
do
takes
you
years.
like? And there's so much shit. Like I talked to Joey right before the episode about like, oh, I should put my the socials off for a while again because I'm like too much scrolling on Instagram and stuff. It's like there's so much shit coming at you that you're kind of are too occupied to think about, hey, what do I like? What are, and then you just fill your days with stuff that's been fed to you, and I think that
To be honest,
wasn't a thing in the past really
this morning,
that bad. We had the TV, but not as with
no,
this
but it can also
quantity.
just work for you. This morning I woke up at 4. There was a mosquito, and he came to me like, "Ooh, Ralph, wake up!" Bam, I was
Fucking
awake,
mosquitoes, man.
and I just can't help it. Then I can't sleep anymore. But at some point, I went downstairs and I made myself a nice cup of quark and with banana
Quark.
and some coffee. And I actually took my phone out and I was like, "This is actually chill. Nobody's around." And I went to check a lot of artists. And actually, that's really cool to do, to just sit down and check them out on social media. I like it. I can hear so much music,
Yeah, but it could
and
work for you as well. But
yeah.
if you're not consciously doing that, then it kind of absorbs you.
No, but hey, the AI doesn't work differently than we do. I mean, we're also like sponging up samples and clips of
Mm.
solutions by other people. That's what makes the database. That's our language we're filling up on. And the more words we know, the more actual solutions we have to problems we encounter whilst producing.
Hmm.
And so, yeah, that's my
Well,
take
but
on it.
it's a difference between you search something on like intentionally search something on Instagram. You go to artists, and of course you have some suggestions here and there. Then other than just scrolling and see, hey, that's a cool golf video. Hey, that's a cool EDM video. And it's I
Yeah,
think the intention matters a lot, because that's like, even if I can't sleep, what I do is like, I if I scroll on my phone, I that's it. I can't sleep because my
no.
mind is just like. But if I intentionally say, "Hey, I'm gonna watch this Netflix series or this movie," then I fall asleep easily because
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
true. That's true. I never scroll when going to bed or anything. I just watch a
no,
series and that's it. Um, but no, it actually came about because of Restricted was here and he told me about Cloudy, which is a techno DJ, a girl, and I actually seen her. Like half a year ago online, and then she wasn't this big. And he told me about her and said, "Oh, like okay." So I checked her out, and then she actually blew up. She has a lot of followers now, and that actually made me like, okay, I have to take the time and to check a lot of artists, like what are they actually doing, and then you're still scratching the surface because it's only what's on the socials.
Yeah.
And actually, a lot of girls also. I checked out Lily Palmer. What is she
Yeah.
actually doing? Because I like her tracks and what does she play? So you just take the time and to see what she plays. And also Cloudy, and I liked a lot what she plays. Yeah, and then you can learn from it. And then you can, if you see something you like, you can dig somewhat deeper and yeah, just make a little bit of time for it. It's
Yeah.
not so bad. It's
True.
not so bad.
By the way, can you guys hear that blower on the background or not?
The what?
No, there's a guy like blowing leaves on a parking lot here, so makes a lot of
can
noise.
hear,
But if you don't hear it, that's fine.
No,
Okay.
I can
Let's
see
go.
it
I can hear
by
you
your hair.
moaning.
Did he also blow your hair?
Yep. Here's a question from Josh Letitia. He says, "Happy Wednesday, guys. Production question about stereo width. How to achieve
Wednesday.
a massive width without compromising energy when checking back in mono. Something I've been struggling with, so I had to dial down with the width of certain synths."
You can always get phasing issues.
What's this?
Well, it's welcome, he said.
Oh, I thought it was W.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Oh no, they do it like this. W and W or something.
oh,
No, yeah, the
anyway.
width. I actually, Hartwell has a cool new VST online. I haven't checked it out. To be honest, stereo is not per se a real issue for me. I do check a lot, especially the synths with the corellometer if they have phasing issues. Phasing issues also don't have to be bad, but you can notice sometimes a certain drop in volume when you turn something mono, and I think that's what Josh is speaking about.
Hmm.
But the corellometer, and you can also fix it where you have phasing issues with the FabFilter Q3, and you can. Oh man, I actually do stuff so automatically that I don't know what buttons you press. But it's not always that you only EQ, but you can also like dip certain frequencies in your stereo image.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have to just listen
Linear
to a
phase
tutorial.
says Mike says linear phase. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
Mike Anapolsky. That's a new name. Welcome, man.
Hey, Anapolsky.
Okay. Question from Renzo. How do you guys prepare for Tomorrowland? Aside from the set and the music selection, what else do you focus on?
Going to the gym, man. Get pumped as fuck.
Get jacked.
No.
I make sure
No,
my
yeah.
I make sure my internet connection works, so that I can check the live stream.
No, yeah. I mean, the music is the most important. We also talk about a little bit the performance as. I mean, you can like Marlon plays obviously, and then you also want to make sure that at certain drops when we film it, we actually take that into account that he doesn't go to the mixer like 2 bars after the drop. It takes some time to enjoy it. So we actually prepared a mix also with that in mind that it's not too hard to mix. I mean, 85% is our own tracks. We have every form of control we have in there. So we're actually seeing like, okay, here you actually have to only tweak out the bass in the one and turn the other one there. That's doable. It shouldn't be a undoable mix. Instead of when he's doing a little bit more of tricks, which is also cool. Yeah, we
And
we we really really prepare.
and how far in advance do you start preparing? As in,
We
is it
already started. Yeah, we're testing out
months?
now. Yeah, because actually just the other day when I got back, that's actually why I go to shows to just listen. And some blocks in the set just it needs all to be feel right, and not every venue is the same, so not every type of crowd is the same, and you want it to be as balanced as possible so you can um, be cool for a broad crowd, which
And
also is Tomorrowland.
how do you balance, like, how important is the live stream over the real live set? As in, for the people who are there, like the 50,000 people or whatever it is, and the millions
That's
of people
that's the
online.
battle, man. That's the battle, and yeah, you want to please. No, actually, the thing you want to more, what's more the trade-off is, you want to please the people that are into dance, and you want to please the people that just go to a festival.
Mm-hmm.
And whether it's Tomorrowland, there's people that go to Tomorrowland or Lowlands for that matter, which is more like like an indie
Yeah, more indie
festival.
kind of festival.
And
Yeah.
they just choose a festival a year. That's just a lot of crowd in Tomorrowland that's not really invested in dance music, and that actually is beautiful about it, but also makes it kind of hard because they are a little bit less how do you say it, forgiving when you play too much a raver set, whereas ravers they actually like to they're willing to wait for certain moments,
Mm-hmm.
but the other crowd wants more dopamine. So that's something you have to balance out real good.
Mm.
And because yeah, you don't want them to walk away during your set. You want them to stay there, but you still want to be. You also want to be fulfilling to yourself. That
Yeah.
raver heart.
Now, I
And
think it's good to point out how much preparation comes into something like that. It's eventually it's top sports. You have to be on the soccer field a lot to practice the penalties or whatever you
Mm.
want to do, right? Like, you need to perfectionize
Yeah,
the
but we'll
set.
do it in a different way because I was, if I have to reference the Aussie guy that was here, he prepares, he knows what he's gonna play, but he's not prepared as we are. Like he knows every cue point or whatever. He also kind of wings it. There's a lot of DJs that kind of wing it also,
Yeah.
but there's
Okay.
also like I think the majority just really is really well prepared. the thing is, you only have an hour. Actually, a little bit less because there's an intro,
Yeah.
and you want to showcase like who you are because there's millions of people watching on a live stream, and there's like 10 to 15 to 20,000 if you play the main stage. There's 40 to 80,000 people,
Yeah.
and how are you gonna cope with only 85 minutes of pure pleasure, man?
And then the live set comes live afterwards as well, so people watch that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's a lot of
Well,
visibility.
let me tell
that you get
you,
there.
it's all live mixing. I see sometimes that it's not live mixing. That's just such bullshit.
For all artists or just you?
I cannot imagine anybody playing a pre-mix set.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
You, Jopke? Can you imagine?
No, I don't think so. But I
Oh.
also think mixing isn't that hard. So you're a really lazy DJ if you if you made a premix. That would be so lazy.
I wouldn't even know
Um,
what to do if you're acting. You
Yeah.
know, it's
What do you
gonna
actually
just
do
yeah,
there?
awkward.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
proper acting, like for an
Yeah.
hour long. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just awkward. I mean, to be honest, I can't imagine.
No.
Here's a question from Rob Pollard. Are tutorials worth it? I've always been self-taught and found ways to do what I need to do within my DAW. Should I get round to doing a course tutorial after many years of just carry on as I am?
No, dude, tutorials are the shit. I love them.
They're great. Yeah, a great way to learn.
It's like almost like collaborating with your favorite artist if they have tutorials, because if
like
you collaborate,
It's
you
like a
work
look
with
at the
someone.
kitchen.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
collaborate with someone and they do something in a certain way, you're like, holy shit.
You know what?
First of all,
by
it
the
can save
way,
you a lot of time.
uh,
This can
Sorry.
save you a lot of time because it's like little tricks of your DAW you didn't know. Even that I didn't realize after like 10 years that Control A is select everything, stuff like that.
Wow.
Not after 10 years, but like stupid shit like that.
Dude, you learned that
because,
in high
because
school.
you get used to like doing things, like even selecting stuff in a way, and then you realize, what, of course I could have used that, stuff like
oh
that.
man, you are so
But
old.
especially the creative part and seeing that of others and how they do stuff is very, very interesting, and can actually make you realize, oh, I can do it like that too. Then you experiment, and so don't pay for tutorials, just watch YouTube shit.
Yeah.
But
I
there's a lot out
just
there.
learned about the Wave Shaper, which is a Fruity native plugin that just does distortion so easy and so good. It changed my life.
And how did you find out about it? Through tutorials or?
No, a fellow producer told me. Yeah. But
I think
tutorials are, man,
Hey,
Hey,
Joey
oh.
just
bye, Job. Hey,
That-
Joey's. Hey, now we can talk about anything. Hey,
Joey's gone. Oh no!
No, it's only me.
No.
Am I the one that's on YouTube? Let me check. So now it's only me. Now I'm in control. Let's check it out. I actually don't know where to check it out. So, tutorials. They're really good. Let me go to online podcast live. Oh, look at this. It's me. How cool is that? Okay, team. So here we go. Oh, let me check. I don't know where the questions are, but let me tell you an important piece of advice. Never listen to Joey or Jopke. Just listen to me, because, come on. No. Let's see if there's any questions. Just put them in YouTube. Yeah, I know I'm on YouTube, Joey. No problemo. I actually like it.
Yo.
Oh, somebody's coming back. Oh, hey.
Dude, I don't know what happened.
Me either,
Hey,
but I
there we
liked
are.
it.
I don't know what happened, but somehow everything just closed down, and I was like, it's my internet connection, but it wasn't. So it was Riverside. Sorry, it was the software we used. I guess we're still live. What's up,
We are.
everybody? Let us know if we're still here. I think we are. You're
You're always saying something about my internet, but hey, Papachulo was still
why
here.
was I kicked though? And
Exactly.
not Ralph.
It wasn't my internet. It was Riverside. Like they had problems
It's
reaching the server.
We can never complain about Ralph's internet again.
this.
Yeah.
We call this survival of the fittest, guys.
You have the most robust internet. Like it's slow, but it's there. It's reliable.
And
Like-
I gave them some proper advice when you guys were gone. And you'll have to check the artist coaching
Oh.
podcast back. It's actually good for you guys to listen it back.
Okay, I will.
Kind
I
of
will.
reflect on yourselves.
Good point. I will.
Oh
By the way, now I'm reversed. This is like Uno reverse for me. Now I'm on the
on the
right.
screen. Yeah, yeah.
Whereas I'm usually so left.
Okay. Another question from Rob. I'm working a lot on. I'm working on a lot of remixes at the moment, and I tend to just stick with the original a cappella. But I see a lot of big producers nowadays getting the vocal re-sung. Is using a cover singer the way forward now, or shall I stick to using the original vocals in my remixes?
If you want to release it,
Yeah.
cover vocals. Then
That's the
you can
biggest
release
reason.
it as a 100% cover. Although it's also a thin line. It's actually forbidden. But yeah, they allow it most of the time.
Exactly.
But to be honest, like sometimes the cover vocal is just not as good as the original vocal, and especially when you like make a bootleg out of something where a voice is so unique, you will never like get that original feel. What we always do then is just play live the original vocal, and the way you release it, you do the shitty karaoke version.
And then
No.
Renzo asks follow-up question: do you release the cover but then play the bootleg on a live show?
Yeah. True. Yeah.
So you
Although I
release
gotta
the cover?
say, yeah, we did one for Beethoven. We actually mixed it with RG. What's the track called? Ooh, I forgot it. The famous one. And but then we made a choir of our own, and we actually play that now. Yeah.
Okay.
So sometimes, but to be honest, when the original artist's voice is so unique, yeah, you just want to play that version.
And Martin Stevenson in the chat also says, don't use AI to just to transform the voice into another vocal. So far, that is still legal in between.
It's actually illegal, but
Yeah.
the thing is, then you also use another one's master to get
Exactly.
to a certain result, and that's
Yeah.
just forbidden.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Question for Ralph from Lion Harris. Love your track Hardcore Mofo. Do you still know the pack that you used for the reverse bass?
I have no clue, man. I can start the FL and see where it's at.
Is your computer okay with that?
Of course, man.
And then Ralph
Hey,
cuts out.
Yeah,
His
exactly.
computer exploded.
hey,
Super weird.
yeah, that's.
By the way, last
Put on
week,
the glasses.
fun fact. Last week I got called by a major label, a big label, reaching out to me because they wanted to remix one of my old songs.
Hey, that's cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
and I'll keep everything in the middle for now, but you'll probably hear more about it in the next few months, I guess, weeks, months. But it's pretty fun. Like 10, 12 years later, still going strong.
And then who's doing the remix?
Yeah, I can't say that yet.
Man, is it a
But
big name? Just
you'll
give
be
us something.
surprised. You'll be surprised.
You'll
That's what
be
I can say.
surprised. What kind of an answer is that?
Yeah, I'm just teasing. I'm going back into artist mode now, and I'm teasing my next release.
Wow.
Exactly.
Marketing genius.
Marketing genius. Exactly.
Oh wait, maybe if I just check the zip, I can see it.
Hey guys, non-related thing.
Cool.
What's wrong and why can't they color or light
Oh.
movies correctly anymore?
Sorry, guys. Yeah,
Oh.
if I have to check it, I have to download the project file. That's gonna fuck up the stream. I'll check it out later.
I have to call the ghost producer.
Yeah, that's
Like, where's the file?
true thing.
So
No, it's in
Jay,
the cloud.
Jay, what do you say? Like, why can't they color grade movies anymore?
Yeah. Why is it with modern day movies they're just not good color wise, lighting wise, and then if you go back like 10, 15 years, it's like way nicer on the eyes. Like the
Never noticed.
coloring and the just like especially on Apple TV, like the movies there always have this like orangey. It's a bit dark. It's I don't know. It's
Maybe
really
it's your
throwing me off.
TV.
No, it's on my TV because it's on every. It's also on the iPad and stuff. But it's
Never
like
noticed.
I wonder if other people, if I'm the only one with this who sees this. But then if you go back, movies out of the zeros, they are so much better on the eyes. Maybe it's because they
You
didn't do
dude,
everything digitally.
you sound so old, man.
Yeah, it
I'm
doesn't
not.
matter. But
Everything used to be
just
better.
no, not just. It's just like I'm trying to be as objective as I can. Like it's just a way different lighting. It's like they don't highlight certain people in the scenes. It's like it's a bit. It seems a bit
I actually was thinking
cheap.
that videos look amazing lately, as in like the way how vibrant the colors are and stuff.
Oh
Like,
man, no, no, no. Maybe it's
I,
just
I
Apple
I
TV,
actually
but
miss storylines in movies because, like, I didn't like the Dune 2, which people are. I mean, the story was just, but it looked really amazing
hmm.
and
there's
not
this
orange at
movie
all.
with
But I
Brad
just the
Pitt.
plot line was just weird. They had all this epic storm at the end, which came out of nothing.
Yeah, well, I just it's something. Maybe I'm the only one that sees it, but yeah, I don't
If you're
know.
in the chat and if you recognize yourself
Yeah,
in this, please let us know. But I guess you're
but
alone on
there's a
this.
meme, man. Like for this, like you're all crazy. Somebody says to a certain group of people.
Yeah, well, I don't say
Exactly.
that people are crazy,
Just
but it's just
noticed
like
something.
something I noticed. Like they don't do it as good anymore. It's not things aren't. Look at the movie Flight Plan. Wait, the movie Flight Plan. Just
Isn't that just a stylistic thing? As in, isn't it just a branding thing?
look at the movie Flight Plan from 2005, and it's so nice, the coloring, and just it draws you in. And then look at like what's on Apple TV Plus these days. There's this movie with George Clooney and Brad Pitt, came out last year, and like no one even knows this movie exists, but it's so like dark and orange. It's not good.
I
But
think that's more like a
maybe,
stylistic choice, as in,
yeah, well then the stylistic choice sucks, and they don't they don't do it well anymore.
okay, yeah. Guys, it's time to go to the shilling. Is there anything you guys want to shill this week?
No.
Yeah, we have a new track, Rewind, just out, which you can listen to, of course, it's on all the things. You can also listen to Hardcore Mofo, it's also out. There's just a lot of stuff coming up, and it's really cool, actually. I think it's kind of a, yeah, it's a unique direction. We've changed a lot in the recent years, and I think, you know what's cool, actually, that we see people coming to the show um, that are just new fans, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Did I tell you? When I was in New York, there was this. It was actually a group of girls, and they looked nice. And they were in Italy. They lived in New York, and they went to Italy like a month earlier, and they saw Amelie Lenz play there, and they heard the track blah blah blah. That made them check us out. They actually liked blah blah blah. They liked Wake the Fuck Up and some other stuff. We could hear them sing along actually. And then after the show, we got to talk to them, and they told us the story that because of the track that was in Amelie Lenz set, they were like checking us out, liked us, and then saw like, holy shit, they're playing Manhattan. Let's go there. And I think that's the beauty of it.
And now
And
they're fans for life.
yeah, but we can see a lot of shows actually. Like there's a group of newer people in there, and it's cool.
What's the age? What's the age? Like
It's younger, yeah. It's like
20?
20 to 23, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, it's a States then. Marlon just toured the States. And the nice thing is because we're doing really well on TikTok and Instagram, but it's hard to measure if you notice anything about it.
Yeah.
But for the first time, we actually were like, whoa, we can notice now. And we started noticing bits and pieces here and there earlier on, but now we can really notice, and that's cool.
Would be
Yeah.
it would be actually fun to call out on your fans on TikTok and say, let us know if you come to our shows by making signs or something that says I saw you at
Ah,
TikTok.
yeah. That would be
That
cool.
would be
Yeah,
cool.
that would
That
be
you can
cool.
literally see like I saw you at TikTok. I put up
That's
this sign.
actually a great plan.
Let them
Yeah.
show up at Tomorrowland. Like just let them show. Like
Yeah.
I discovered you
No, but
through
at
TikTok.
every show, yeah, and
Yeah.
you can see how much is there like through your own socials.
Yeah, because it's just so hard to see those numbers and connect them to real life experiences. It's hard to know. So that's a way to
By the way,
find out.
I also found a file that was offline.
From?
Hoppa. Here it says it's probably this one. Okay, it's FSS. Okay, it's quite a thing. I'll make a.
You can drop it in the Discord if you want.
Yeah.
It's for Lion Harris. The answer will be dropped in the Discord later on.
I'll drop it now.
Ralph's giving away the full project. Wow, that's generous.
Not the
of you,
full
Ralph.
project. I did that so many times, by
True.
the way.
It's in the Academy. Talking about the Academy, if you haven't known yet, or if you weren't aware of it yet,
it's one of the kicks, but it's the main one, by the way.
Throw it in, yeah. If you weren't aware yet, we do personal coaching plans for artists. We also have an online academy, and there's a Discord community. So if you haven't checked it out yet, and if you think it might be useful to you, check out artistcoaching.nl. Don't forget to submit next week's clips, the clip of the week, because we didn't have one this week. Maybe next week. And if you have the questions, also make sure to drop them in the Discord community. Don't forget to like and subscribe, follow, rate us, review the podcast, do it all. Share it with your parents, share it with your best friends.
Check out the movie Flight Plan.
Check out the movie Flight Plan and the color grading. And
let us know if it's orange to you
let
or
me know
not
if
orange.
I'm just.
But then you also
crazy,
have to watch another movie to see if it's orange.
True.
Yeah, like on Apple TV. Wait, I always forget movie names.
Just small reminder, next week we have another special guest, Adam K.
Adam K, what's up, yo?
Jay, can you tell us a bit about who Adam K is? Just to tease it for next week.
He's the man behind Tomorrowland Radio. And that's if you talk about Tomorrowland, he's part of the family. All the artists know him and always visit him. I've always been supported by him. He's one of the voices of Tomorrowland, in my opinion, and I think he has a lot of experience and a lot of stories from big artists. So that's very interesting.
And he will be joining us next week. So hope to see you there. Have a nice day. Bye bye.